Hello guys, and welcome to a new series called Stacking It Up, where we are going to try and go from £300 to £1,000. Basically my currency is in pounds, so I can't be bothered to work it out in dollars, but pounds are far superior anyway. I believe it's around $500 to like 1760. Yes, $500 is $1,760, I believe. And we're going to play every single game as well. We don't really play online. We haven't played online for a while, but we're going to see if we still possess the skills. And my HUD is also still not working, so we're going to be at a disadvantage. Today, we're just going to play 10-25, Zoom, 6 max Hold'em. I'm going to play 3 tables, and the left table up here we're going to use as a hand replayer to talk about the hands. Let's get into the action. Hopefully my HUD will work, but I doubt it. And we're going to be playing properly, not like Degeneratu style, as much as I love to. We could like raise here. This guy's from Norway, I don't know, I expect him to know how to play the game at least. I mean, I've only got location reads at this point. I cannot use my HUD. We'll be playing generally quite aggressive, as the player pool will be playing quite tight, as the format is Zoom. Pretty standard behaviour. This guy shoves, obviously you've got deuces, whatever. Just going to do a little 20-minute session, half an hour maybe. Going to make a loose open with the Jack 5 offsuit, because we are trying to steal the blinds, and we can defend here. Why not? I like to play hands. I'm going to check raise this flop. Like, obviously you can have a king, but if he doesn't have a king, we get him to fold pretty much every other hand, I believe. And we will be barreling, especially if a 3 comes, obviously, or a 6, a queen, or a club. And on the left table, a flush draw is going to bet. I need to size it right here, so I want to go bigger so that I can shove the river. And it looks like he does have a king, so it's pretty bad to shove, but we're going to shove. All the draws missed as well, so like, I know it's a bad shove, but like, I'm going to do it anyway. He's probably going to call me with like king queen. Well, we have a queen, so like, we're only really worried about ace king, king jack, I guess, but we're repping more than one pair there, so like, obviously I don't know much about the player, I have no HUD, no history, so I'm just taking a wild guess that he will fold one pair if he has it. He may even have like jacks or something, which he definitely will fold, so it's not a terrible shove, but more of a thinking player might call there with obviously a one pair hand, because all the draws missed. So we're off to a start. We're going to see about the board on the bottom left, because I just think it plays better that way, and give up the 7 high, son. I think maybe I should have made the screens more visible, but never mind. We're going to open the 10 deuce. The guy on the button looks not full stacked, looked like he might fold and just steal the blinds. Same with the queen 8, and same with the pocket kings. This guy like snap 3 bets on the button. He is Russian, so I'm tempted to play around, but we want to start off playing solid in this series, basically. Like, you know, we're trying to stack up the money slowly, so we're not going to be bluffing like obviously all the time. I mean, when we get our HUD working, then maybe we can start to make more calculated moves, if you like. But until that point, it's just going to be pretty much guessing. It's quite a big bet, 5x on the button. I can't really. It's bad that I have a king in my hand as well. Like, I'm going to be opening smaller generally, because well, everybody's so nitty that there's no real point to open more than like just over a min click. And pocket threes, we're definitely giving up on a board that draw heavy and four-handed also. We open here, flop an open ender. Obviously the 9 is a bit tainted, but there's no way we're checking back. If he check raises us there, like, we just fold. Plays much easier that way. Easy give up down there. Maybe I'll resize the tables. Might be a bit better. Or at least a little bit. I don't know. It's a bit of a messy equation. But now there's going to be a gap. Now I'm going to stick to what it was. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Sheet, son. Got to play and reconfigure myself here. Sorry about this. Technical difficulties. I'm not sure if this is the best way to do this, but you live and learn. It's the whole point of life. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. Where are we now? I'm just going to give up on the 8s because I don't know what I'm doing at the moment with this fucking thing. Just take it down, son. Right, back in the game. Just make this a little bit smaller or bigger. I don't know. Don't think I've got to do this video. We're going to 3-bet the 8s. Where's this guy from? Germany. Yeah, make a 3-bet. And we're going to peel with the 5 suited connectors, obviously. Can't fold that. And we're going to defend ace jack. It's under the gun open. And we can just fold this flop or like raise, like one and done. He's a short stack though, but like it's threatening his stack. Depends on how much he bets. I can't really do anything here but shove, so I'm not sure. Just going to fold that. And I'm going to 3-bet this guy. And we're making a nice squeeze here with well, we turn a we flop a guttable and a backdoor flush draw. It's a better hand than average for this hand, so we take it down. And the king is not an ideal card. They both called the 3-bet, so we're just going to check back. We might call one on the turn. Now we might actually just give up. The fact that it's gone bet and a call, we might. I mean, no one has like Jack Queen or Ace Jack really. No one really has a 5. We have to be losing here. Let's stick around and see what happens. Oh, you can't do that anymore. Must be able to somehow. I'm not sure. Let's see what would have happened. Open the 6 high in the meantime. The guy had a king and the other guy had the flush draw, so pretty easy fold for us. We flop bottom pair, it's a draw heavy board. I'm hoping this guy will fold, get him to fold and we'll be in position. We can take a free turn card against this guy and do lots of things. So let's try. But they just fold, they fold too much. It's better just to bet any, pretty much. Probably correct to bet any pair when you flop it, because they're only calling with like top pairs or like big draws, and then they're checking the turn because they're so tight. So often you get to make a 2-pair hand for 1 bet on the flop, which is pretty nice. Gonna 3-bet the ace-7 against the guy. Min opens under the gun from Portugal. And it's checked around on the bottom left when we flop second pair, so we're going to be betting. And on this board on the top right, like I only expect him to call if he's got a club in his hand, so we're pretty much making a bet as a bluff. And if he calls, we're pretty much done with the hand. And bottom left, we're going to give up. Like King 10 gets there, like Jack 10 beats us. I don't think he actually has a queen here, and we have a 10 blocker, so like I might overbet to get him off like a queen if he has a queen. And on the top right, Obviously we're losing, but he bet 50 cents, so whatever, we'll see what you have. And we get him to fold. We're probably winning, but like if he picks up a jack or something, we don't really want him to check behind on the river and beat us. So like he has to fold a jack there, I think. And if he does have somehow have a queen, there's a small chance he might fold. So I think we played that hand okay. You know, this thinking about this hand on the top right that just happened actually. We should have put him all in there on the river. Thinking about how the action went, like he always has like a medium club there, just block a bet in. It's because we're involved with other hands on the other tables. We weren't really thinking about it. But let's see what the river size was. Like he bet, yeah. So there's like just under 8 in there when he bets the river. There's 7.85 and he's only got 13 left, so it would have been a good show, I think. I don't think he could call. Next time, it's one for the books. We check back. We give up on the ace-high flop like 3 ways. And we river a queen. There's a good chance someone can have king-queen here. I think I'm losing, but because the way I played the hand, I think I have to call him, especially because he's from Russia. But I expect him to have a king-queen or like king-jack here a lot of times, so we'll just see, or obviously a bluff, so, or queen-7, yeah, it's fine. We just timed out. We 3-bet 10s, obviously, from the small blind, and the flop comes ace-high. He snap calls us on the flop. There's not really much draws here, so like, he's probably snapping us with an ace. There's no, it's just an unfortunate flop, and we're going to squeeze on the bottom right with suited connectors. I mean, he can have an 8, obviously. I don't expect him to bluff if he has an 8, so we might as well check back. And we get cold 4-bet by the big blind, and I don't think players at this stakes are going to be making cold 4-bets. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe they are. It's a shame that, obviously, if there was some more callers here, this would be an ideal hand to call with. But we've got to let it go. Getting a good price, but I don't really want to flop. Don't really want to flop like a pair really and stack off when he's got aces or kings there. We wanted some. We were hoping to play the pot in position, obviously. No 3-bet the ace-9. And he folds. Gonna ISO the limper. It's a pretty weak hand, but easy money. Pick up the kangaroos. And we get the 3-bets. Lovely. This guy's 2 stars and he's not a full stack, so like when he 3-bets, I don't think he's ever folding, so there's no point really calling here. We might as well just make it like $6.50 or like $7, whatever. Like he's always getting it all in, I think. He's got ace king, 10s plus. He's getting it all in, maybe ace queen. So there's not much point in flat calling here. Plus we get a just gonna make it like 7. This guy's probably calling as well, but and the guy does end up folding. So I don't know what he was doing, but roger that. Kind of strange that this guy would flat there. It's a bit weird, but and we 3-bet at 6-7 suited, and we get 4-bet. I didn't realise they would 4-bet so much at these stakes, so well, calling wouldn't be You're getting a good price, but I don't really know how these games play, and I've got no HUD, and it would just be a pure guess. And we're trying to start this series out playing properly, so I'm going to make the fold there, and I'm probably going to stop free betting so much out of position. It's just we're at a real disadvantage with no HUD, but never mind. I mean, the games are so nitty, but I think people probably are. I'm not sure if they're 4-betting pre-flop, so like, you know, free betting probably. I mean, the game's probably advanced enough that people are obviously free betting, like even at 10, 25 cents, but I don't know how many people are like 4-betting with nothing. So we're going to cold 4-bet with the ace king sun out of position. And what happened there? Bottom left table, I completely lost the action. This guy must have limped. I must have opened, he called, and then now he's like limp raising. Lol. Flop the pair. Pretty joy board, but like whatevs in it. I think he's snap folding that flop or getting it in basically anyway, so it doesn't really matter on my bet sizing there. Like he either has like king queen suited or like a big draw, or like pocket nines or pocket tens, which is like snap folding. So it's all good. How long has the video been running for? 17 minutes. So we're probably, I don't know if we're winning or losing, but that's irrelevant. We're playing as best as we can play with the tools we have, and readless, obviously. This guy 3-bet out of position. Costa Rica. I'm tempted. I'm just gonna fold. I'm in position and everything, but it's quite unfortunate that he's from Costa Rica. I just read that he may be in it, maybe in it. And this guy raised under the. I'm a bit wary of this. I'm gonna bet small and then I'm gonna check the river. Like, it's probably too thin to get another street of value. I actually missed the action again. I don't know if he must have limped and re-raised. Obviously, if he shoves, then we're gonna just be folding. But I'd like to get at least one more street of value if he has like a 6 or ace rag. I'm gonna 3-bet the queen 9 suited in position. And if we get cold 4-bet again, I don't know what I'm doing. That's a good board for a c-bet. Hopefully snap calling. It's kind of strange they snap calling. I think we're just going to give up. We didn't turn any equity, obviously. And yeah, just give up. Makes sense. Flop the stones, bottom left. We're quite deep, so I'm going to be betting on the bigger side, basically. I'm just going to limp the threes. I don't think these people are limp folding. Pretty weak, but we're trying to make good decisions, even if it is micro stakes. Low. And 3-bet the ace jack. Probably a mistake, as these people are opening. Probably quite tight, but we like to put the pressure on, son. Just betting small on this flop. I don't need to bet big with any part of my range on this flop. Take it down. And it's a shame to just let this go here. Why would you bet so big? I'm going to raise on the bottom left. He bet over the pot size. He's playing on his mobile device, so I think he's weak. And this guy on the top right raises and then checks on King Jack 5, so we just steal the pot. And we're going to 3-bet King 10 up, King 10 suited. And take it down. So we've played obviously No Limit Hold'em this time. Next time we'll play Omaha. I mean, I started with No Limit Hold'em because all you guys like No Limit Hold'em because you're boring. And nah, just joking. Kind of true though. And next time we'll be playing Omaha and all sorts. We're gonna just call with the Ace Jack. The sky opens under the gun. I'm going to try and make a video a day. Well, maybe not. Maybe 5 a week I think is a reasonable amount. And I've set the target quite low to go from 300 to 1,000 because I'm busy playing obviously live and I'm not going to be playing much online, so I want to make the target reasonable to achieve. Obviously if we're just playing online I could make a bigger target, but here this guy opens, this guy's all in and we can't really do anything. I'm going to bet my 4s for value. Nobody bet the flop. Someone obviously can have a king, but probably winning. And 3-bet the Canadian. So we've started loosening up already now. We might have to bring it back in. Might just call with the 8s. It's a pretty bad board on the bottom right, but we can turn a spade or... that's not really the card we're looking to turn. I'm just going to give up basically. And the 8s we're just going to peel. We're going to play this one slowly. We get counterfeited and it's unfortunate. This guy, he's betting so big. There's 5 in there. I might shove, hoping like he folds a jack if he somehow has a jack. That's all I'm hoping to achieve here. Like if he has like Jack 8 or something. Obviously, it's not a disaster. We want him to fold a jack because it's a head. But I think it plays. We're risking 10 to win 5. He has pocket 4s. Good call, sir. But he obviously put us on a draw. But I mean, it's still a flip. As I'm going to have 2 overs with my draw. But well, I'm slightly ahead. I had 1 under. We're going to see bet our 10s. And he snaps. He's going to give up. We have no diamond in our hand, so like it's harder for him to have a. It's easier for him to have a flush draw, sorry, which is one thing. But we have a turn in our hand. It's harder for him to have a straight draw. That's what I meant to say. And he bets on the river, like. Although he did snap the turn, the flop. But like, I think he could be betting a queen here. I mean, he could be betting a jack here, sorry. Kind of interesting. If I didn't have 10s, like if I had pocket 9s, I'd be probably more inclined to call. Because he can have king 10 or like, you know, ace 10. But literally we can only beat a flush draw and I don't think it's enough of a range that we're beating to call in the river. Going to c-bet here. No, I didn't c-bet, I flatted. I'm just going to lead out. Just giving up with the queen 8 on that board. I think 3 tables is actually too much, to be honest. Not that I can't handle it, but I'm trying to obviously talk live, and we're kind of missing the action on some boards. So next time I might play 2 tables, to be honest. Because I like doing commentary live because you can see how I think right on the spot, you know, very quickly, instead of recording it and then going back and doing the audio afterwards. I don't know, I don't think that's a really pure way to do it. You can sort of make up any kind of thought process after the fact. I'm gonna raise with 8 deuce off. It's not really the best idea. And this guy flat calls, like, there's a lot of draws here. It obviously doesn't have a big ace that often, so that's some of his range that's gone. But when he bets out here, like, he either obviously has an ace, but I think more likely he has a draw. And I'm going to overbet on the bottom right, so we're going to fold obviously the deuce eight. I'm going to overbet on the bottom right because, like, I think he calls with an ace. Let me snap fold, so because obviously I think ace was chopping it up. Aces and sixes with the king, so it's a good spot for an overbet if we had an ace as well to get him off a chop. So I like that. And we pick up the queens. And we've got a couple of minutes left from our first session. We're going to 3-bet. And we flop the nuts. I could check back this flop, but when he leads, I'm not gonna raise. I'm just smoothing it all the time, son. And we might play this hand on the bottom right a bit tricky. We might no, we're not gonna be tricky because we're in position. We're just gonna go bet, bet, bet. He checks on the top right, so I don't know what he has. Maybe like 9-10. And bottom right he gives up. So he was donking there, maybe with an 8. It's interesting, but we had to bet the turn obviously. Or another option would be to check and to overbet the river. If he has an 8, like an overcard could come and that wouldn't necessarily work. So I think it's fine the way we played it. Okay, I'm going to sit out the next blind on all the table, and that is going to be the first video wrapped up for the series Stacking It Up. We're just going to flat here, king. No, we're going to flat. No, we're going to raise. Raising is superior. I don't really want these guys to like flat and then this guy flat calls with a snap your head off. Snap your head off. So there's quite a difference from when we play Degenerato style and when we play proper, as there should be. And we're not even going to see bet this board because it's just a bad one. This guy can have anything, so no point doing anything there. And we started with like 296, I think. So, ooh, it doesn't really matter how much we won or whatever, but I will give you guys the total as well. We won some. I know we started with 297, yeah. We won 30 quid, 30 pounds, not dollars. So we won something. $50. Yeah, so I will see you next time, guys. Thank you very much.